What's happening, Wisdom Warriors? Back at it for another video. How's everybody doing? Welcome, welcome to this amazing community that we're growing and building and evolving, and we're all growing and evolving and building ourselves and doing the shadow work and doing the inner work and, just opening our hearts and being vulnerable and just stepping in our authenticity and our truth and our purpose and why we're here and how we're here to help the planet shift and just so many amazing things that are happening on this planet. And I cannot be more grateful and thankful for this community, this platform, for me having the ability to come and speak freely and authentically to you and to myself, and to be real every time I come on here with an open heart. You know, um, I am just so grateful and so thankful um, for everything, the contribution, the comments, the likes, the shares, the subscribers. Um, it means a lot. It means so much to me, and I am truly blessed and grateful. And I have no words to say other than thank you from the bottom of my heart, and from my heart to yours. And I don't know where this video is going to go, but let's just see what happens. I did talk about yesterday about the nutritional aspect and the things we're putting into our body, and are we being cognizant of how we step out into the world, and how we wake up every day, and how we you know um, are not doing things out of unconsciousness or like a robot. We actually are thinking, and and I don't mean thinking from the mind, I mean thinking from the heart, and thinking from energy, from a place of energy. Like, oh, I feel like going on this walk, or I feel like going to the supermarket, or I feel like chatting up with this person or not chatting up with this person. I feel like that is the basis of where we're headed. Everything is a vibration and a frequency and an energy. And we're feeling into these different things that we're doing, and not just coming from a place of the mind, like, oh, should I do this or should I not? And contemplating it and running it through the mind of whether or not you want to or you don't. Um, I feel like I was called to record this video, and I feel like the content that is coming through is just coming through, and I'm not thinking about it prior to it through my mouth. That it's just coming through, like I said, like source and divine guidance, and just being birthed through me, versus me thinking. And there's a difference between like actually thinking the thoughts that I'm gonna speak out, versus they're just flowing, versus they're just coming through, versus there's just a flow to it. There's a huge difference, because when you're thinking the thoughts and then they come through, you're burning energy, you're exhausting yourself, versus I'm allowing the flow of the words to come through and the energy to come through, and essentially I'm not really even using my own physical energy. There's definitely a difference. You could sense a difference, because normally you would be exhausted and drained, and then when I come on here and I'm speaking, and the words are just coming through and it's just flowing, there's not a sense of being drained or exhausted. I can go on for hours. I end up cutting the video short because, I don't want to exhaust the people that are watching. Even though I know a lot of times people want to hear more and it wasn't long enough, but the majority have a short attention span, and the majority will get bored after a while if they're not resonating with the content. And even though they may follow the channel and they may enjoy a majority of the videos, it doesn't mean that you're going to have a long enough attention span to have an hour and a half video to watch. Most likely, you may watch maybe 20 minutes to a half hour, and then you may pause it and then say, oh, yeah, I'll come back to it later or another time, and then you never do. So the best thing to do is 20 to 30 minutes, bring you whatever's coming through. And then when it starts to like kind of dissipate, then I just stop and I say, you know what, I just feel called to end it right here. Not that I'm going to do it right now because we're only 6 minutes in, but I was just giving you an example. And, what I love so much about this, whether you have trolls or you have judgmental people or keyboard warriors or whatever it may be, I feel like every time I come on, I don't feel like I'm being judged. I don't feel like I can't be my authentic self. I don't feel like I can't uh, come forth fully authentically and fully transparent. I feel like I record these videos and then I don't even go back and listen and edit it and critique it. I just post it up. And I feel like from day one with this channel, which is ironic because when I used to do Instagram back in 2020, I used to have to prepare myself and I used to check the way I looked and everything before I actually recorded a video. And then if I do remember, I'm pretty sure I would watch it back, or I would definitely critique it or judge it before it went up. And I felt very insecure at the time in 2020 versus now when I record the podcast that we're working on and I record, it's on the fly and there's no like pre-checking, or we drop the show and I send it over and my brother edits it and it goes up, and there's no listening back. There's no, at least maybe not for me. He may listen to it as he's editing it, but I don't. And as far as this channel, all 80 something videos and shorts have been on the fly, and every single one of them is from the heart and from the soul. And whatever comes through, and I just post it up and I come up with the title right on the fly, and that's it. Um, Granted, a couple of the videos were edited and on there, and then I'm editing a series as I talked about with you guys on a previous video that I'm doing a series on people pleasing, which currently is being edited again because I had to listen to it back and watch it and then write down what I noticed was not right, which was with the audio, and then so then he could go back and fix it. That was the only reason, and that was the only video I really did that with. Well, also the other ones that were edited, like I said in the beginning, a year ago or whatever those were, whenever those were recorded. But aside from that, I wasn't editing what I said. It was just audio issues. And if there was any issues with what he did, or I didn't like what he did, otherwise, it was just I listened to it and as if I was somebody subscribed to the channel, and I just you know uh, enjoyed the content as if I was watching somebody else's channel, and made my changes, sent it over to him, and that was it. And but you know, interestingly enough, I wasn't judging myself or feeling those emotions of judgment like I would have 5 years ago when I was on this other platform that was created by Twitter, which I cannot remember the name of it for the life of me. Every time I think about it, Periscope. If anybody's heard of Periscope, I had a Periscope account, and I remember I used to record videos at the gym, and I would have people live in there watching the videos live. And I would make sure that prior to going on, I would have to make sure I was looked decently and made sure everything had to look up to par before I went live. And before those videos went, it was definitely a form of insecurity, big time. I don't feel that anymore. I don't sense that anymore that I have that. I feel like I've worked through that. I feel like I've sat with that. Just like loneliness, I've had a lot of time to work those shadows through, to be with it, to experience it, to sit with it. And it's not the same as it used to be. It doesn't show up the same. It doesn't feel the same. It's not the same experience. Not to say that I don't have insecurities, not to say that I don't have judgment upon myself or anyone else, not to say that I don't experience any of this stuff. I'm not in at this enlightened state that I don't experience these things. We all do, and we all have them. And I bet that if I went back on social media and I created an account and I started adding people, that the judgments would come up, or Instagram. Those things really shine light to those insecurities and those judgments that we have upon ourselves. And so we all have them. And I don't think that will ever get to a point where it's completely eradicated, because we're in this culture currently, and hopefully from what I see, we're moving to a more love vibration. But I mean, I don't think there's anybody that really has completely eliminated or eradicated insecurity or judgment, especially upon themselves or anyone else. There's so many reasons that we're given in this world, in this matrix, in this time, to judge ourselves and judge others, and to have insecurities. You know, that are we doing this right or are we not? Are we showing up the right way in the world or are we not? Are we treating this person decently or are we not? There's always reasons to get up and judge. Did we do this properly? Did we do it long enough? Were we lazy? Were we not? Did we put in enough work this week? There's a million things to judge ourselves and to have insecurities upon how we show up to another partner, if it's a woman or a man that you are interested in, or how we show up to any of them. you know we're going to feel insecure in some way. Did I wear the right clothes? Did I brush my hair? Did I shave? Did I put on the right cologne? Did I put enough deodorant on? Whatever the case may be, man, I could go on and on. And there's always going to be judgments around it. But as we go more and more through life, we are evolving and growing, and we're learning and we're experiencing, which then helps us to better show up to these other experiences in a better way or in a stronger way, or just, you know, but I don't think there's one person on this planet, no matter what you've experienced in your life, that you don't have insecurities or judgments or fears or doubts or just any of it. If you have none of that, drop them in the comments. I'd love to hear your story. I'd love to hear if you don't experience any of that, or if you've come to this enlightened state where you have no insecurities or judgments around yourself. And I doubt that's very true for anybody, that they don't have anything. We're all dealing with our own things, especially in a new relationship, even an old relationship or a family, whatever it may be. We're still facing things from our past, from our present, from what we've experienced that have shaped how we show up currently. And if you think that this person has it all together, it's interesting because the one you would think sometimes, oh my God, this female or male is so amazing, beautiful, gorgeous, handsome. And then you come to find out, and they're more insecure than somebody that maybe doesn't put on all this makeup or doesn't groom themselves if they're a male, or have these big huge muscles, or they're pumping iron at the gym or whatever. Those people are usually the most insecure. They're in the mirror 24/7 verifying whether or not they look their best, changing their outfits 20 times, before they go out on a date, you know, greasing their hair up, whatever the case may be, and so, you know, the bottom line is, the grass is never greener on the other side, and you just don't know what somebody's insecurities or, judgments or anything that what they deal with privately, you have no idea, and you don't know what their experiences or what they did until you walk in their shoes, until they've traded spaces with you, and so you can never. I love that saying. It holds true forever. It's timeless. Don't judge a book by its cover, because what you may think from the outside, that somebody has it all together and they're like this boss of a person, and they're so confident, and then when they're home by themselves privately in the dark, who knows, they're the only ones that know, and they're the only ones that struggle through what they're going through, and those people usually are the ones with all of those things. But I think we all have it. And hey man, if you're okay with it, you know drop some comments about what insecurities you have, what things bother you, what affects you when you show up in the world, what fears you have. Let's shine light to them and not be afraid, and not have, that's the most courageous thing, is to shine light on them and just say, yeah, man, I have insecurities about my looks, or I have insecurities about the way I look or the way I show up. I have a lot of judgments that come up about myself. Granted, I've worked through a lot with coming on camera, but I believe deep down that this is my purpose, or part of my purpose, and to share my experiences and my life path and what I've gone through, whether it be through a podcast or YouTube or in person. I feel like this is my part of my calling. And it hasn't been an easy road up to this point, to where I was scared and fearful of getting on camera and speaking about these vulnerable things, and these things that deep down were only things that I thought about in silence and in private. And to come on here and speak potentially to thousands of people viewing, and maybe they're only watching a minute or two of the videos, or 5 minutes, or they're making jokes on the other side. These are all things that that bother us, and that create us to not come forward with our purpose or what we have to bring. We get scared, and we hide, and we run, and but I feel like I've stepped into my purpose, my power, my authenticity, my truth. And I feel like coming on here and sharing and allowing myself to share all of me to you guys and be very transparent, has been invigorating and empowering and transformative and amazing. And I'm grateful, as I said in the beginning, and I'm thankful. And I love doing this. And it's only going to unfold and unravel as time goes on. And the more videos I put out and the more people that reach my content, um, it's going to just be amazing and powerful. And it already is. And I'm already loving it. And I already am so grateful with deep gratitude for just what I've been doing, and that I know that at least one person needed to hear what I have to say, and that you're not alone. That we all have these insecurities, we all have fears, we all have things we're scared of, things we're not scared of, things that push us forward or don't, or showing up and being authentic in front of this person that tore you down all the time, or fear of communication with somebody that mistreated you, or whatever the case may be. We all have these things, and we all most likely are experiencing something very similar, but yet unique at the same time, because it's kind of still very similar, but just has been done differently, if you know what I mean. And so you just can't, you just don't ever think that you're alone and you're the only one that has these insecurities about your looks or yourself or what you're wearing or how you're showing up, or a fear of snakes or whatever the case may be. You're not the only one. We all have these things. We all are facing these difficulties that we're trying to overcome and become better and show up better and show up more loving with an open heart and be vulnerable, and just all these things that uh, we all have things to work on. Not one person, no matter if they look like they have it all together or they don't. We each have stuff we're working on, working through, facing. It doesn't matter. And you just have to know that you're not alone. You know, uh, you're not alone in your relationship. Everyone's going through some sort of relationship stuff. You're not alone with a romantic partner, with a friendship, with a family member. We all have had them or have them. And we all are going through difficulties with not only with ourselves, but with the relationships, and so I hope that, in my hopes that recording this video and speaking my truth and opening my heart and being vulnerable and speaking my truth to you guys, that you find something out of here that you can relate to, or that helps you grow or helps you in your journey, because we're all walking this journey and path together alongside each other. And for that, I'm so grateful to have this platform, this channel. I know my dad is right here on my shoulder. He's right beside me. He's coming through. We're doing this together. I love you, Dad. Thank you for being such um, an amazing mentor, an amazing father, an amazing human being that I am so grateful to have walked this life with you. And I am so thankful for the wisdom that you brought to me and the wisdom I was able to give to you. And I wish that you were still here in the human form, but I know you're here with me. And I know that every time I come on here, you're pushing me and nudging me to get on this microphone and speak my truth authentically. And I love you for that, Dad. This channel is in honor of you. And I love you, Dad. You're in my heart always and forever. And I wanted to say that. And I hope I got chills because I know he's listening, man. I know you're listening, Dad. And thank you. Thank you. I feel that in my heart, you know. Uh, you taught me so much, and I was able to teach you so much. And I just had a blast in this life with you. And I know we're going to have many more together. And I'm just blessed and grateful that you're a part of my journey and you are a part of it. And I love you, man. In honor of you, man, this channel is growing. And in honor of you, more and more people are getting both of our journeys and our experiences. And they're able to relate to something. So I love you, Pops. Thank you. Thank you for being you. Thank you for continuing to be your authentic self. Thank you for just showing up every day with an open heart and love. Thank you guys. More importantly, I love you all so much. I hope you got something out of this. If you haven't already, please subscribe, please share, please like, please comment. You're helping to grow this channel. You're helping to grow this community so we can help more people and we can all come together as one, man, in this beautiful community, in harmony, in peace, in love. I love you all so much. Thank you again. Take care. Happy Valentine's Day. If you're in a romantic partnership, you know, please send love to your relationship every day, not just on one day of the year. It should be every single day you honor that relationship and honor yourself. Don't just do it one day a year. Do it every day. Honor yourself and honor the partner you're with and your family and everyone all together. Love one another. We're all connected. We're all one. I love you all so much. Thank you, Wisdom Warriors. Take care. Peace out. Stay sovereign. Stay peaceful. I love you all so much. Love you, Wisdom Warriors. We got this.